Okay, so we're going to teach Buddy how to speak. And the way that I'm going to do it is he really likes his food. So I'm going to sort of use a bowl of food to sort of get him a little bit frustrated where he then wants to bark at me. Oh, good boy, Buddy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up. So you may not see my head. It's not always a bad thing. But you will obviously see Buddy. So whenever he jumps up, I'm just going to obviously encourage him to get down again by moving my body, but I'm just sort of going to tease him a little bit with the, give him a freebie, tease him a little bit with the ball, shake it around a little bit. So this is to get a speak, so this is to put speak on command. Now, if you remember in my videos that I did a couple of days ago, I was teaching him to work next to the wheelchair. And I said that I wanted to speak, so he barked at me and I wanted to speak. So actually, that was really nice. So I knew that I could get it through sort of temptation of food. So when he then actually does speak, I'm going to reward. So I'm going to mark, then reward, and tell him good boy. Might take some time. I have had one little bark out of him as I was setting up the camera. I was able to mark it and I was able to reward it. So dog training can take some time. It's always worth doing sessions when you've got a little bit of time. Good boy! Yeah, good boy! So I'm going to go a little bit OTT with that so he sees it as a really good thing. Okay, so when he jumps up, I'm just going to knock him down again. So hopefully he's now going to come and sit in front of me. Now, you might think, why do I want to teach my dog to speak like this? Good boy, because basically what I'm doing is I'm rewarding him for coming and sitting in front of me and barking. But what I'm going to do is I'm then going to put it on cue. So once I've had a few barks out of him, I'm then going to start telling him, that's a good boy. I'm then going to start telling him, yeah, good boy. What cue I would like to attach to it, which to me is going to be speak. I'll then get it on command, good boy, and then do something called cue discrimination. So basically, I will then ask for it, and if I get it, as a good boy, if I get it, I'll reward it. If I get it when I haven't asked for it, as a good boy, I'm then not going to reward it. So basically, to start a behaviour like this, it takes a little sort of element of frustration from the dog so that they speak, or capturing when someone knocks on the door or something like that. You then obviously mark, so click as soon as he's barked, click, then tell him good boy. Obviously, you can either reward him with a treat or with a bit of fuss, or just telling him he's a good boy. Buddy, there's a good boy. Do this a few times, quite a few repetitions, so that he's actually speaking quite regularly, okay, and quite quickly. So he's, yes, good boy. So there's not a lot of pausing in between. So what you want is that he comes, yes, good boy. He comes and sits in front of you and barks like this in front of you, good boy, so that I can reward it each and every time. This is getting some positives with the behaviour. As a good boy, as a clever boy, you can see he's not attached to anything, he's free, he's a good boy. He's able to be good boy. He's able to just make his own mind up. Yeah, so he can think about things. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. So at the minute it's a little bit rude. But I'm going to explain to you how this is going to be useful. So this is going to be useful because Buddy's client is going to fall on the floor, or does fall on the floor, should I say. I'll reword that. Accidentally, and can't get back up. And so what we want is that if that happens, Buddy can raise the alarm. So I need to teach him to raise the alarm, and this is what this is for. Good boy. Yeah, neat job. Now remember, before this stage, I got him used to the clicker. So he understood, good boy, that the clicker meant positive things were coming. As a good boy. You are a good boy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start attaching the commands that I'm going to use, which is speak. Speak, good boy. Good boy, speak. Speak, good boy. So I'm rewarding him with the command. Speak, good boy. I'm rewarding him with the command. Speak, good boy. Good boy, speak. Good. Good, speak. Speak, good boy. So he's starting to hear the command speak, and he's associating that hopefully with what he's doing right now. Speak, good boy. I was too slow, I didn't click then. Speak, good boy. Even trainers make mistakes. Speak, good boy. Good boy to speak. Speak, good boy. So I'm going to end the session there, because what I want is that Buddy wants to carry on training, and the whole point in him wanting to carry on training is that he enjoys his training. So if we leave it at a point where he's still quite enthusiastic and he's still really wanting to do it, then the next time we come onto this, he'll be keen, he'll be willing, he'll be driven, and so we'll move things on quite a bit quicker. Buddy, come here, monkey. So this little man here is being taught the speak command for an awareness, so raising an alarm. Now anybody can teach to speak, it's just how you start it, and you start it just like I did, which is getting an element of frustration or capturing it. So if your dog speaks when or barks when someone comes to the door, then you can use that. But it's all about getting the behaviour first and foremost. You can't force a dog to bark. So what you've got to think about is, how do you get your dog to open his mouth and bark without obviously force, because we can't force them to do that. We can't force them to do anything, and that's not fun. So you've just got to think of a way to get your dog to open its mouth and bark, and then you can mark it and reward it, but always be prepared. Now look at that cheeky boy behind me. He's a monkey. Buddy, cheeky boy. He's going to knock all my books off, look. He's a monkey. Right, we'll over and out before he causes mayhem.